Architecture is dying, and it's not because of AI. A few years back, after a round table, I was standing in the living room of the Australian architect Robin Boyd. I was talking to this business owner who, despite my best efforts, genuinely just could not understand why, now that you can generate whatever you wanted for free with AI, would you pay an artist for their work? That conversation has really stuck with me, as you can imagine, and I honestly think it's a sentiment carried by a lot of people outside of the design fields. In 2002, UK architects would earn 60% above the median salary. Today, it's about 34% above the median salary, while the education cost for architecture has gone up 900%. That's half the return for 9 times the investment. And you can see the effect of this in universities. So, for example, I've been talking to some people back home in Australia, and my cohort from the university that I graduated with had 150 people. It was a pretty big year. This year, there are 12 students. Architecture is dying, and it's been dying for over 2 decades. But what really hurts me is that we never really tried to fix the big problems within architecture: unpaid overtime, low pay, and exploitation of graduates. The whole industry really works on the exploitation of a bunch of 20-something architects with a bunch of old fellas at the top holding those whips. So what happens when that fire hose of 20-somethings runs dry? I am seeing new modes of architecture sort of emerging out of this decline in the traditional way of practicing architecture. People like myself who are going freelance, who are relying more and more on a personal network to generate work for themselves. I'm seeing sort of companies that are more based on whether they have projects or not, they expand or contract. I do think personal relationships are much more important than they've ever been, especially with the rise of AI. I do host a Discord with like-minded designers and software developers, funnily enough. That's sort of what I do, so it attracts that portion of the community. But yeah, come have a chat. I'm always willing to help and provide advice where I can.